The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Mingy Beef Jerky, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, I'm Gary Ball. Welcome to the 20th year of the Scholastic Ball Report. We got another great show for you this week. As always, we have a feature from WKYT from around the state. The Roberts Insurance Team of the Week from Nicholas County High School football team, that ranked 10th in the state. The Crown Trophy Scholar Athletes of the Week is girls volleyball player from Woodford County High School. From Nicholasville, we have the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week with some great sports action. From UK Sports Medicine Healthcare, Jenny Williams from Lafayette High School. We know what you want. You want the best highlights in the state. We got them. It's called Game Time with Brian Milam and Lee K. Howard.
When Douglas began football in 2017, Scott County, the Broncos, that was their measuring stick, right? So the fellows on the farm, things have changed since then, and now the Broncos are the team by which all Lexington schools are measured. Douglas and Scott County meeting tonight in Georgetown, and Broncos opening drive, Cole Carpenter, he's going to find Tylon Webb behind the defense. Brian, if this were soccer, this would be offsides. Instead, it's a touchdown.
Hockey, it's icing.
Douglas on the board. Good point. Yeah, get a clap. One hand, two hands. We show you a Broncos special teams touchdown every week, so here you go. Cameron Dunn fields a punt. He's done gone. You can't punt to that team. Still first quarter, Douglas adding to their lead.
Man.
Davon Hart picking up the tough yards. Boom, boom, give him 6. We've shown offense, we've shown you special teams. How about some defense? Jamarian Harkless, he is a grown man. Boom! The Auburn commit, stealing souls out there. Watch him. He's coming for you, Brian. Douglas has now won 6 straight in the series. 41-0 the final.
Lexington Catholic's only blemish this season, a 7-6 loss to Covington Catholic, while Tates Creek has lost 4 straight. Seeing what happens tonight, members of the 72 Tates Creek State Championship team honored and welcome back, champs. If you think you've seen everything in football, you've never seen this in your life. Lexington Catholic back to punt. Snap goes away. Max DeGraff picks it up, scoops it, throws it to another guy named Max. That's Max Bertrand, but he's going to get the first down and then a fumble. That ball is out of there. But then Bennett Williams picks it up. Are you out of your mind?
Just like they
can't
grew
do
it
that
up
on television. Second quarter, a more conventional score. Jackson Wasick over the middle to DeGraff. Remember, he was the punter and the place kicker, and 50 yards to the house, and wow, 41-0. Back-to-back 41-0 scores.
They say that being a Kentuckian makes you unique. At Whitaker Bank, we agree. We've always been unique. Whitaker Bank understands our communities and its people because we're from here. Kentucky owned, Kentucky based, always has been, always will be. Yeah, you could say we are a unique bank, and we're proud of it. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Oh, hey, Art Hubbard, Hubbard Mechanical. It sure is a hot day today. Keep the heat outside. If your house isn't keeping up, give us a call here at Hubbard Mechanical. We'll get you all squared away.
Detail Lex. Leave the details to us.
The stage, the lights, the roar of the crowd. Your heart pounds, the energy surrounds you. There's nothing quite like country music, and only we get you this close. We are live music, and you are not finding this anywhere else. Artists, performances. We are country music. Turn it up loud. We are Circle. Buckle up, because we're just getting started.
Somebody has to stand up for victims.
I promise you, I'll protect you.
SVU, weekdays at 11 on the CW Lexington.
Another night of high school football, and Boyle County is in the middle of another championship-type schedule. When the postseason arrives, the Rebels will have been tested. Already playing Bryan Station, Danville, and Henderson County, Boyle travels to undefeated Bowling Green, with others like North Hardin, Lexington Catholic, and Douglas still to come.
Yeah, getting to play those teams, you get to play in different environments and kind of set yourself up for, hey, maybe in the playoffs you may have to travel a long time. And, if you don't ever do that, that's the first time they are. And, kids are all about routine and how do they react to things. So we try to put them in every situation that we can and, see how they perform and what we got to improve and go get better from.
Hello, welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report. As we're on the Roberts Insurance Team of the Week, Nicholas County High School football team. With us is football coach Robert Hopkins and two of his outstanding players. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Thank you for having us on, Mr. Ball. We always enjoy being on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Describe the makeup and experience you have on your team this year.
Well, going into the season, we have 5 seniors on our team. We only played 3. We had one, Jesse Jones was hurt in a car accident right before the season started. We're hoping he bounces back and able to help us maybe in district play. But I got these 2 right here, Tate Letcher and Andrew Whitekins, and I got another senior named Jake Murs. They all 3 play. But our makeup of our team is the 3 seniors and mainly freshmen and sophomores. We sprinkle in a few juniors here and there, but we're real young in our positions. We start 2 freshmen and several sophomores.
Discuss your season so far this year and the competition in your district and the region.
Okay. We started out first game of the season, opened up with Owen County. Didn't know what to expect. 11 kids on the offensive side, 7 of them had never played a snap of offense. And on defense, we was going in 6 out of the 11 never played on the defensive side of the ball. So, we didn't know what to expect. We played Owen County, came out, played pretty good. Then we turned around and played Berea, which I'm going to tell you is got a good football team over there. And it was a battle. We got that W, and then Fairview, and then we went on to Fort Knox. Then we played Pendleton County this week. We're 5-0, but we got the meat of our schedule coming up. Like I told the kids today, you got Frankfort, been one of the better Class A programs the last 10 or 15 years, Friday night. We're excited for that game to take another step to see where we're at. Then, our district is loaded. We have Paris, Bracken, and Bishop Brossard, and I told the team, these are all rivalries. These are games that storybooks are told about. This is what you dream of, is at the end of the year when it means something, and it's your rivals, we're excited for that. Each week's a challenge for us because we're doing a lot of teaching. This past week we ran Pendleton County. They kind of ran an option, had a freshman defensive end out there, and he says, Coach, I swear I seen the ball in fullback. Fullback had it. I said, son, they're pulling it. That's an option. We're having to teach things like that. But these 2 guys right here, they've been great senior leaders for us. Tate's been a 3-year starter quarterback. Andrew, has started 3 years himself on different positions, and they're leading by example. They're not really vocal leaders. They do it by their work and practice. They do it by their effort in games and so on.
Tate, you're a talented quarterback. You also play safety. What's it like engineering the offense and handling the pressure playing quarterback?
It can be a struggle, and he's hard on me all the time about getting my bootlegs back and keeping pressure on the offense and keeping cool out there. And I say I handle it pretty well. It can be hard.
Have you played any other positions during your career in your favorite position?
I played some outside linebacker, but I'd have to say my favorite position is quarterback.
Describe what you work on to improve your game.
Mostly I just work on improving my teammates, and I think improving team chemistry is the best thing that can be for a football team to get W's and go throughout the season and become a stronger team.
What's your favorite thing about playing on the team at Nicholas County?
Autographs and smash mouth football.
Well, we thank you, Tate, for all the outstanding comments. Andrew, what attracted you to the game of football? What do you like about it?
A lot of members of my family, when I was young, they always played football. And my favorite thing about football is it's always like a brotherhood. All 10 guys that are on the field with you have your back.
As a wide receiver and safety, what do you like about each position?
Wide receiver, I like going up and catching those contested balls to show that I'm superior. That if I'm guarding somebody's guarding me that I'm better than, or on safety, I like picking it off and trying to see if I can get a big six.
What do you do in the off season to improve your game?
I run the tracks to help improve speed, and I also do hurdles, which helps my footwork quite a bit.
What's your most memorable game playing in Nicholas County?
When we beat Bishop Rossford up here in 2019 and won the district championship.
Well, Coach Hopkins, you got an outstanding, a couple young men there. You do an outstanding job at Nicholas County, and we wanted to highlight you here on the Scholastic Ball Report for the job you do.
Well, thank you, and we enjoy being on it. I know my players, they strive to get on shows like yours and so forth. And thank you for the compliment. I've had a bunch of good players over the years. And as Tate would state, we're not the most athletic teams out there. Frankfurt, we're going to go in Friday night, they're going to have more speed than us. But we believe in that blue-collar mentality. We believe in wearing that hard hat. We believe in work hard, play hard. Play hard, hit hard is our motto. Play hard and hit hard. So, that's what we do here at Nicholas County. That's how we survive. I've been very fortunate to have good assistant coaches and players like these two right here. To take a young team like we have this year, it could have been very easy for seniors to say, it's my senior year, we're not going to be worth a darn. But they coach every day. They're just as much a coach out there as I am or my assistants. And I take my hat off these two right here. They weathered the storm. And the thing about it, if we can pull out a winning season this year, these guys right here have never had a losing season and so forth. And, that's their goal, is to not have a losing season. And this group right here has never lost to Paris. So, I'm probably putting a bullseye on us. That's something we don't want to start this year. So, yeah. But, those are the things that we strive for right here and so forth.
Well, thank you, Coach Hopkins, and your players at Nicholas County for being on the show today. That's it for the Roberts Insurance Team of the Week. We'll be right back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Okay, with so many places to buy new appliances, where should you go? A big box store? How about a warehouse club? I don't think so. Go where your neighbors go. P-Rats was voted Central Kentucky's favorite place to buy appliances. Here's why. They have all the major brands at the guaranteed lowest price. Low interest financing with options to fit any budget. Plus an award-winning in-house service and installation team. Voted Central Kentucky's favorite place for appliances. We're the best in the bluegrass.
Nobody beats P-Rats.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare with a zero or low plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery. Plus, extra benefits like free over-the-counter healthcare items, free transportation, free gym membership, and home-delivered meals. Get more access to care with WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits and a 24-hour nurse advice line. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be perfect for you. Call 1-866-201-4937. Now, that's 1-866-201-4937.
Hello, welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report as we honor the Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week. Our Scholar Athlete is senior volleyball player Sydney Beats from Woodford County High School. And with her is her father, Brian Beats, and Coach Megan Bottom. Well, Coach, tell us about the season so far this year.
We're having an awesome season this year. Drama-free, which is always positive. I have a super supportive group that absolutely loves playing with each other. The work ethic is absolutely superb. At this point, we have played 3 of our district opponents and have beaten all 3. The toughest so far being Collins in our district, and we're getting ready to play North Oldham in our region on Saturday, who is one of the better teams in our region. So far, it's been a great season.
So you told us about the competition in your region, some of those teams you just mentioned.
This year, we actually, as an entire team, not just me, we won our freshman, JV, and varsity home tournaments. All 3 teams went undefeated in our home tournaments this year. It is actually the first time in 9 years that we've won any of our tournament. So an overwhelming sweep for our program this year. Varsity team in particular beat some pretty stiff competition. We beat Lexington Catholic. We did beat East Jessamine, who has 2 very good outside hitters, and we beat Franklin County, who also has a very dominant sophomore who plays for them. So the competition, it has been a tough schedule, but the girls have definitely risen to the occasion.
Coach, talk about the importance of maintaining a high GPA like Sydney does for you.
So our girls all know that they have to maintain a high GPA, even higher than what the school normally requires. They work hard on and off the court. So I usually don't have to say too much about GPA. Most of them have 4.0s and higher. Everybody pretty much has a 3.0 or higher. So grades are the very first thing. We get grade reports every Wednesday, and very few students of my players are ever on that grade report. So my team does really well keeping their grades up.
Well, Brian, as only a father can do, introduce Cindy and tell us a little bit about her.
Here's senior Woodford County volleyball player, Sydney Beat.
Who got you interested in volleyball, and how old were you, Sydney?
So it was definitely my sister. She played volleyball at Southern Middle School when she was in 6th grade in middle school, and we would go outside and we would pepper all the time, and it really got me interested. And so I think I was, how old are you in 6th grade? 11?
11 or so.
Yeah, I was 11 years old, and that's when I started, and I tried out for the team, and the rest is history.
What do you work on to improve your game?
It's definitely more of a mental game. I always am just talking to myself, letting myself know what's going on, always staying on my toes and reading the court, reading the ball, and always staying active physically and mentally.
As a good student, how do you balance academics and volleyball?
I always do my homework the day it's assigned. I don't let things pile up because from experience, it can be a lot, all these practices and late games and stuff, and you have girls on in the same position as you, so when you're on the bus, you're just doing work as much as you can, helping. There's always girls who can help you if you have any questions, and so it's definitely a big help when there's other people who can help you. So
describe the best volleyball win you're most proud of.
It would definitely have to be this year's home tournament. We went 5-0 and we beat all the competition we were worried about for in season. We beat them at this tournament, and it was super exciting, and the energy was great, and it was just a fun experience, and I'm so glad I got to do it my senior year with this group of girls.
Thank you, Brian, for being on this Scholastic Ball Report. That's it for the Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week. Be right back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Our Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week is one for the ages. Lexington Catholic Tates Creek. Catholic punter Max DeGraff has the ball go over his head, tracks it down. He throws it to Max Bertrand. He's now on the run, but the Commodores force a fumble. Bennett Williams, right man, right spot, give him a touchdown. The most unconventional touchdown you may ever see, and it's certainly one for the record books as the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
I was driving home from practice, about to be a free agent, hopefully signing another multi-year deal in the NBA. And I remember seeing this car coming right towards me and a huge loud noise. I knew with my injuries that I wasn't going to be able to play. Instead, I'm in the hospital looking at all these permanent injuries that I suffered. Having my career cut short by a drunk driver was the worst part of my life. And I never thought I'd retire at 31 years old. I knew if there was, one firm to get me justice and to get me compensated for that, it was going to be Morgan & Morgan. It's crazy because basketball was always there for me. When something like this happened, they weren't, and Morgan & Morgan was. Morgan & Morgan has definitely really helped me in the toughest, darkest moments of my life. Those guys were there for me, and I'll never forget that. And Morgan & Morgan are unbelievable at what they do. They're sharp, they're smart, they're professional. They'll do what's right for you. I'm Chandler Parsons, and I chose Morgan & Morgan.
Welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report. Today, our guest on the UK Sports Medicine and Healthcare segment is Jenny Williams, athletic trainer at Lafayette High School. Welcome in, Jenny.
It's good to be back for another year.
You have a great topic for us today. Athletes' recovery after games or competition. So tell us, what are normal symptoms that athletes feel after they compete or after a game or a contest?
Yeah, so normally athletes, you would expect them to feel tired. You might even expect them to feel sore all over or bruised. But a lot of times athletes' adrenaline is running so much from playing in their competition that they may not feel those symptoms until the next day.
Gotcha. So what protocols should athletes follow after a game or a competition?
Well, the night after a game, we recommend that they eat a good dinner, drink plenty of water or electrolyte drinks, and try and get as good of a night's sleep as possible. So a minimum of 8 hours if they can. The next morning, we recommend doing some easy stretching, easy cardio, some active recovery like a light weightlifting, just to kind of feel like they're working the soreness out a little bit.
So how would an athlete know whether it's just plain old soreness or if they're injured?
So a lot of times if an athlete's just sore after the game, they'll be able to loosen up and kind of move around with some stretching or some light cardio, and they'll start to feel better. And so a lot of times that's just soreness. But if they start to stretch or move around and it's just not getting any better, or they notice some abnormal bruising or swelling, then that's when they probably need to talk to their athletic trainer and check to see if they have any injuries. But if an athlete's ever in question, talk to your athletic trainer and they'll be able to help you out.
Well, thank you, Jenny, for that important information on how athletes are actually feeling after a competition or a game and what to do about it. And thank you for being on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Thank you for having me.
That's Jenny Williams, keeping us healthy for all high school sports contests. We'll be right back for more on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Hazard moved from the glass and rock pile of Collins Field for Daniel Field in 1974. The Tomcats of Ashland beat Hazard 48 years and 2 weeks ago It was their first loss ever at Daniel Field. Would you believe they haven't been back since? Tonight, here's my man Dickie Martin, the Dickster, enjoying the cool mountain air. Ashland's LeBryant Strander trying to get something going. Keon Higgins says, not today. Forces the Ashland punt. A lot of punting in this game. Third quarter, Max Pelfrey trying to get something going. Hands off to Max Johnson, shows some elusiveness, gets some nice yardage, but this was a defensive struggle. Final score, Hazard late holds off Ashland 14-7.
That familiar sound of rubber and wood floor. The feel of the ball passing between hands and air. The squeaking of the sneakers. And the moment of silent breath, thankfully followed by the whipping of net. And the reward after. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get a $500 cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, now during truck season, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward a new Chevy truck with accessories. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers.
City leader.
Mayor. Your total winnings are now over $21,000.
With their stakes higher than ever.
I'm gonna need some sangria immediately.
Every word matters. And the beast.
Oh no! If I had $1,000 for every time that happened, I wouldn't have to host the show anymore.
Like never before.
List.
25 words or less.
Weekdays at 12:30 on the CW Lexington.
Well, that's our show for this week. Join us next week for another exciting show of high school sports on the Scholastic Ball Report, highlighting high school athletes. As always, special thanks to the Scholastic Ball Report team, Prep Spin's King of Stream, William Warfield, Joel Clace, our director, executive producer, Bridget DeVries, and WKYT sports staff, Brian Mollin, Lee K. Howard. And remember, for those you see and you don't see, you keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Mingy Beef Jerky, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.